because I know you really got into like the game engines and stuff like that. But what really piqued your interest about computers?
Probably Minecraft.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you a modder?
Not writing my own, but like downloading them. That was the first one where it was like, I'm remembering my progression here. My first one was like Minecraft, where that was like the first one that were just kind of like you like get into like, oh, this is the file system, and like this is how you install things, and this is how you set it up. Port forwarding is a classic. I don't know that you do that on Minecraft, but like
you do it with servers, like when you set up servers for well, not anymore because we've got like Ingrok and all the other but back in the good days.
But like on the Xbox, port forwarding for like Black Ops, and then I had like a brief stint where I was like playing around on like the Rocket League files. And like I discovered that if I like changed things on the files, that you could like change the textures in game. I remember like custom textures.
I remember I did that,
and that was a lot of fun
for Fortnite. Remember when School Trooper came out?
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to buy in-game and like in-game stuff.
Good parents.
So I know, right? After I went to Target like a month later and got like a $75 Visa gift card.
That's how you do it to get it.
Yeah. That's like the gift card, and then you can get the credit card number, and it's a valid debit card.
Yep. I did the exact same thing.
It was the same, and I would always. This was so funny because I didn't want them knowing that I was spending cash on like Visa cards. Or another big thing was Pokemon cards. They didn't want me spending money on that, but I really, really wanted it because all my friends had it. So I would bike to Target as exercise. Go in the store, buy it with cash, this is a true story, put the Pokemon card and the Visa gift card on top of my helmet. So that way when I came back, I'm like, oh yeah, don't have anything. Oh, but I'm so tired. I need to go take a shower. And then I would go hide it under my pillow.
Had the bike helmet on this whole time?
Yeah, I was an odd child. And then I think I have like, my Fortnite account is probably worth like $100.
It's an investment.
It's an investment. Yeah, I'm gonna pass that on to my kid. Sure. But no, I would always modify the files to get Skull Trooper. It wouldn't show up for other people, but it would show up for me in game.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so cool, bro. I got Skull Trooper.
They don't ban for that, do they?
Huh?
They don't ban for that, do they?
My buddy got banned for it, but he tried to make it so that way it would update the game server. If you modify it locally, you're just doing a skin swap.
Yeah, I see.
It's like nuanced, and if they ban for it, because like another thing you could do is you could change every skin in the game to be like bright red, and if you change every skin in the game to be bright red, then people stand out more.
That makes sense.
Where like any file modification is kind of not great.
There. So Minecraft got you into computers, technology. What was your first ever programming project? Because you mentioned that you did a little bit of scripting for video games.
Yeah. So my first ever was like a 2D side scroller in Unreal Engine using that like paper 2D outdated system. And yeah, it was just like basic, like, I don't know, recreating what I saw in Mario. Where like it was like a slime and you would go up, it was a slime and you get these like power ups, you could like shoot fireballs or you could like do little wall jumps. And that was a pretty fun one. It introduced me to a lot of like the programming concepts of in games around like vector math and how you do all of that. So that was interesting.
I was talking about that the other day. I think I was talking to Mark about that. I was like, if there was a React for OBS where it was like serverless streaming.
Yeah.
Where basically your config, you could assign like you download some software, like for example, like this camera right here, you download software, that's an endpoint in like the React thing or something like that. And then you just have a deployment, and then you can have like pages and routing and all the other stuff and like live.
Was in that conversation.
No, yeah, okay, it wasn't with Mark. I think it was you.
Well, you and Mark, because I remember Mark was talking to probably us about it. And
right.
He was like, the reason it wouldn't work, like people have tried it before, and it hasn't worked, just because like the intersection of like streaming for the technical and code isn't there. But like with Casa and V0, it's so possible now.
Yeah, because I remember I was messing around with the underlying because everything in OBS is just like a JSON object with the scenes and stuff like that. So you technically could like build it out like a CDK or something like that, like a stream as code type thing. I feel like that'd be really cool. But anyways, we'll skip over Microsoft, jump to Vercel. So
Yeah, how did you land here in the
Yeah.
first place? Yeah, would love to hear that.
I would say that I've been in like the sphere, I probably like mainly like tech Twitter, where I've had a good amount of interactions. We're kind of like Vercel before, and like a lot of like kind of going deep on like how Next.js works, was like very interested with App Router and like diving into that and how that worked. And so then like Answer Overflow, the other thing is like Answer Overflow is all built Next.js Vercel. And I want to stretch my $20 pro plan as far as possible. I became really good at like debugging my sites with slow and like where to get the most optimizations from. And that kind of culminated in building NextFaster.
Right. Because if you guys aren't aware, NextFaster is a Next.js clone of a popular... Is it popular? It's pseudo-popular.
Not popular.
In like an engineering... Yeah. It's a extremely fast preload caching, essentially like an e-commerce site for McMaster-Carr. And they sell all sorts of like technical bolts and stuff like that. And there is no loading time and stuff like that. Everything is pre-fetched, like the entire like HTML page. What is do you know what the original site is built on? Is it like PHP?
ASAP.net.
ASP.net.
The whole thing with NextMaster, McMaster-Carr, the McMaster-Carr website, is in order for them to get all of the people that do like engineering to swap to their website, it has to be faster than like going into the book, finding the part, and calling the number. And like for them, that's a super intuitive flow. And so what was like shocking to people on Twitter was like, why is this like parts website so fast?
Right.
Because you kind of wouldn't. There's like developer websites that are made for developers by developers that are way slower than it. And I was like, well, why is this so slow? And kind of part of the like narrative around, oh, why is it so fast, is because it's like, oh, it's using these old technologies and like the way we're doing things now is bad. And one of the things that I really loved about NextFaster was that we got to highlight what Next.js, Vercel, what that all unlocks in speed. And the other thing that I loved about it was there was some fancy stuff with like the preloading of images, but a lot of it was just kind of default Next.js. And like just highlighting that like, yeah, this is like what it looks like when it's done. And there's also like a lot of learnings that came from it that kind of go back into the framework where it's like, this is where we can improve it. Yeah.
Very cool. So you're working on the mains team at Vercel.
Yeah.
I'm really, really curious to hear what your day-to-day looks like here.
Yeah, let's see. My day-to-day's evolved a bit. I'll go through like my current one.
Okay.
I generally start the morning checking Slack, see what's kind of come up. Every now and then there'll be like an incident or something kind of that needs an urgent response. We also have these channels that I love, which pipe all of the feedback that we get from in the product, on social media, and customer support cases, all related to our product area, into one Slack channel. And then it just gives me a place where I can go through like everything that customers are dealing with. And like, I'll do just a real quick investigation if I see like, hey, this isn't working. Just to make sure it's like maybe not widespread or there's an area we can improve the product. And then generally pick up like code work after that. Well, I mean, code reviews if there's any. And then, just kind of start working code after that.
How big is your team? Because I know you've recently expanded, I think, with 2 new interns.
Technically 1 intern and 1 fake intern. But yeah, there's the team was just Dylan for like three months.
Yeah,
from
that's
November
what he said. Yeah,
November to January. I have no idea how he held down the fort. And then I joined in January. We had another team member, Mark, who's incredible. He's like so knowledgeable on everything about Vercel. And so it was us 3 up until May 13th, I think, where we had Elliot, Ethan, and Ryan join us. And yeah, it's been great having them on. It's kind of, I think we were approaching our limit a little bit on like workload, and like now that we've had these people join, there's more work. It
opens up more possibilities of work to do.
Yeah, we like there's more to do, but like I'm really excited about everything. I love the team that we have. Just everyone's so knowledgeable and like cares very deeply about the craft.
Right. Yeah, that's good. That's what you gotta have. Yeah, look at that. You didn't know about Vercel domains until the last night. Here, I'll give you 20 seconds. Why should people use Vercel domains? Not like the sales, but like why you really think it's cool.
Big one's at cost domains. We don't make any revenue on that. And the prices are about to get a fair bit cheaper on them. I love our UI for managing it. I've used others and it just doesn't feel super intuitive.
Yeah, the grid of all if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Go to like buy a domain and you can type in, if you type in just like, if it was like example.com, if you just type in example, it gives you all the different, good luck with that. It gives you all the different variations of that thing. So like you could have example.com, example.net, example.org, but it just kind of populates everything. And it's so pretty to look at.
Yeah.
So it's so aesthetic.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the biggest thing, and I mean, I'm biased, but like I care a lot about the product. Dylan cares a lot about the product. The whole team cares a lot about the product. And so like, there's just kind of a lot of energy in terms of like, we see the potential of what domains could be on Vercel.
Yeah.
And
so TLDR is Vercel cares and they'll get it right. That's why you should try Vercel domains.
Yeah.
Right on. That was a little bit over 20 seconds. But
it's at cost. There's nothing to...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the price loads when the domain is available, too.
Yeah, we're doing... The current UI is nice. It's one of the oldest UIs on Vercel.
Really?
I think it's like 7 years old.
Wow.
And we have a new design coming for it.
Very nice.
And there's like a lot of pressure on that, I feel, to like honor the old design, honor the kind of what was there before that people love, but also really make it more powerful with like filters, highlighting best matches. We're going to make it faster, which I'm excited for. Yeah.
Right on. So Dylan was on the last episode, or was it last?
We've done a lot of episodes.
We've done a lot of episodes. But Dylan spoke very highly of the team. Like, he's super, super proud of how fast you guys are shipping. He mentioned that just in the 3 weeks since the new hires joined, the team managed to ship like 40 PRs.
Yes.
Crazy metric. But
a little bit of that is graphite, but pretty good. Still,
yeah.
So you guys, so that's interesting because we were just talking about that with Mark. So you guys use graphite?
Yeah, I love graphite. I use graphite for even my individual PRs.
For the like code review or just PRs?
Not code review. They're gonna yell at me because like each time I complain about GitHub, they're like, "Come use our graphite UI." I've been trying to use it from code review more. GitHub feels so natural for me.
Yeah.
And like when I link to the team, like I'm on Graphite. I think most of the team's on Graphite has Graphite set up at this point, but we still deal with GitHub links.
Right.